Hey everyone, Happy New Year. I just wanted to do my kind of 2024 reflection and 2025 what's ahead sort of video. So let's get into it. I do want to start by remembering a YouTuber that we lost within the past year. That's Scott. I love sports cards, who was formerly known as Wildcat72, passed away, I believe, very early 2024. And so let's take a moment to remember Scott. His channel is still up, of course, so I'll link it in the description of this video if you want to, go back through Scott's videos and kind of watch some stuff. So I would encourage you to do that. But let's get on to it. So first, what I'll do is I will show you guys my very last pickups of 2024. So let's start with this one. This is an awesome edition that I'm super thrilled to have. This is a 1964 Morinaga. I am collecting this set. This is the Toru Mori. And this is one of the scarcer 64 Morinagas. I'm probably going to write a post about this set on my blog within the coming weeks. My blog is Nippon Baseball Retro. That's Nippon baseballretro.blogspot.com, but I'll link that as well. So anyway, I finally got my hands on this one. This Toru Mori card is, as I said, one of the scarcer 64 Morinagas. Part of that article I'm probably going to write is about the relative scarcity within this set, and this is one you just do not see very often. So, happy to add that. Won't get too much into this one either. Just enjoy how nice it looks. Toru Mori, not a Hall of Famer, but was a pretty good player. And I believe his son works in the anime industry, the Japanese animation industry, which is kind of a interesting little tidbit. I also got a couple 70s Calbies. These are not 73, which is the main focus for me. But I did get this awesome 76, and this is actually, as you might guess, a sumo wrestler throwing out the first pitch. This is the Yokozuna Wajima throwing out the first pitch at a game. So shout out to fellow YouTuber Sumo Menko Man, who collects. If you haven't seen his channel, I definitely recommend that as well. He collects vintage sumo cards, Menkos, and other things. So check that out. So I picked this one up, think it's awesome. The back is nice too. It's got some really nice, crisp, dark registration on the back, which these mainly like 74, 75, 76 Calbies, they definitely had an issue with faded text and faded registration on the back. And that's actually not a faded with time or faded in the sun kind of thing. Having actually pulled a couple from this era from packs myself, they can just come out of the pack exhibiting that fading. But this one has really nice crisp registration on the back. Maybe just that little blue pen mark is the big blemish. But awesome card there of Wajima, the Yokozuna, or Grand Champion. That's the highest individual rank in Pro Sumo. And then I also got another, to close out the year, a good old Sadaharu O Calbi. I just get them when I see them, and this one's in nice condition too. Actually, I don't know if I actually showed this card or not already. I don't think so. They do kind of blend together in my mind a little bit. And then I got a couple more modern These are modern Japanese cards from the latest Topps Chrome. I got this awesome color match of Akinobu Okada, the former manager of the Tigers. He will not be managing the team for starting this coming season. But Okada is basically the Tigers' most successful manager. There's an argument for it. He's had a couple stints as the Tigers manager. Most recently, the last couple seasons were, of course, the Tigers finally broke their almost 40-year title drought and finally won it all again under Okada. Okada, during a previous stint as the Tigers manager, also won a pennant, a Central League pennant with the Tigers, although he did not win it all that year. And then back in the day when he was a player in 1985, he was also a star on the team when the Tigers won that famous 85 championship. So Aginobu Okada, a yellow color match, awesome looking card, pulled this one myself. If you're even a little bit interested in NPB, Japanese baseball, I highly recommend picking up a box of the latest Chrome. You're just going to get tons of color. This stuff just lower print runs, and you just get tons of color in your box, and it's just, in my opinion, I mean, I get it's not MLB, it's NPB, but definitely a more enjoyable, satisfying ripping experience than you'd get out of the MLB Chrome. And then check this out. I also pulled a rat out of 5 of my man Jesus Aguilar, who was an all-star one year with the Brewers. And then he did try his hand at Japan. He played a little bit for the Lions this past season, but did not play very much. But he was on the Lions. Didn't have a super successful year over here. But happy to get this one. Rat out of 5. Alrighty, and then I'll show you guys one more. I picked this up, this Tomoyuki Sugano, who, as you may know, this is a 2019 Calby of Tomoyuki Sugano, who you might know is going to play in the major leagues in 2025. He signed a one-year deal with the Baltimore Orioles. I believe 1 year, $13 million. I would say a pretty nice signing for the Orioles. Low risk with high upside. Sugano is a hell of a pitcher, and he still got it. In fact, he won the Central League MVP in 2024. But this card from 2019 is showing all the laundry list of accolades he got that year, including ERA title, wins, strikeouts, and he won the Sawamura Award. So this card is commemorating that. So Tomoyuki Sugano, he is 35. I mean, obviously he's past his prime, but hey, he did win an MVP last year. So I think he's still got something in the tank. I'm pretty excited to see him play for the Orioles in 2025. So next, I want to kind of talk about what might be ahead for me in 2025. So kind of like, what are my goals? What are my collecting goals for 2025? I would say my big collecting goal, well, to do a little more reflecting, 2024, I would say for me, was unquestionably the year of 73 Calby. That kind of defined my 2024, I'd say. I got into collecting cards like these very seriously. 73 Calbys. The first Calby issue, of course, Calby is, along with Topps, one of the longest, well, after Topps, the second longest continuously running baseball card issue in existence, and this was the first year. So starting last year, I kind of have endeavored to collect all the original 73 Batback cards, which is 91 cards. And you can see Batback because of the crossed bats design. This was the very first release, and it has 91 cards in it. I'm actually very, very close, but as you might say, very close, so close, but so far away. And what I mean by that is that I only have, let's see here, one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 cards to go. However, 6 of those 7 are from the second release or Block 2, the high number Series 2 cards, which in Batback are very, very tough to find. So, in terms of a goal for 2025, what I'd like to do is get at least one of the 73 Calbies that I need for my run this year. And I'm going to be very honest about that. I think I can only hope for one because, like I said, if that, because they're very hard to get. But I'd like to try to get at least check off at least one more card for my 73 Calbee run. These that I keep showing are examples from the high number Batbacks that are very, very scarce. Yeah, just to get the fact that I even have these is pretty remarkable. Um, like for example, this card here, this is the number 75 from 73 Calbee of the great Katsuya Nomura. But I have, this is the flag back. See, so as you can see, the difference between the backs, and this is the flag back. But this card also, number 75, right? It comes in a bat back. But like I said, very tough to get. In fact, looking on Japanese sources where I generally, if I buy online from Japanese sources, I think I've counted about 4 of this flagback 75 Nomura for sale, and not a single Batback. In fact, I saw this card last year. Uh, it was part of a lot. It was the Batback 75, number 75, and it was part of a lot with some other Hawks cards, a pretty large lot of 70s, different 70s years. But he had the Batback Nomura, and I messaged him and asked him if he would sell me just the Nomura from the lot, and he didn't respond. So he probably wanted to sell it as a lot. Um, so anyway, that's that. Like I said, that definitely defined my 2024. I'd say this 73 Calbee collecting and translating quest. And again, on my blog, Nippon Baseball Retro, link in the description. You can read all of my translations for these cards so far. So if you're more interested in them, go for it. So yeah, that's that. And then maybe finally to close it out, I was just looking at some of my cards the other day, and I wouldn't say rediscovered, but I was looking at these again and sort of fell in love with the 64 top stand-ups. And I remember before much like this, oh, this is what I'm gonna try to do in 2025. I think I at some point said I was gonna get all the Braves for this set, like do the team set for 64 stand-ups. And while I'm probably not gonna get them all, I think at least there's Eddie Matthews and Hank Aaron. I would maybe for 2025 potentially like to get the Hank for the 64 stand-up. So, all right, guys. Once again, Happy New Year. Wishing you all happy, successful collecting in 2025. And as always, thanks for watching. Peace.